Yeah, for everyone that is on Facebook, thanks for joining us. This is Let's Talk Show. Today we are going to be talking about the just concluded election in Nigeria. The election was conducted on the 25th of February. That was just a week ago. And so far, so good. There have been controversies surrounding the election. Why the ruling party believe they've won, they're very happy for the result. The oppositions, the Labour Party, and the PDP, the MPP, and the what's it called, the Sowore's party, I can recall the party now. They are all very, very upset about the result of the party. Yes, Sowore party is African Action Congress party. So they are all very upset because they believe the election is rigged, and everybody's pointing fingers at INEC. Okay, so so for those who'll be calling in, sorry I've not been able to answer the calls because we're just trying to understand from Mr. Akede's point of view what has been happening. What is, as a lawyer, we thought is important for him to explain it to us. What is the legal ramifications of what has happened, and if this case is taken to tribunal, what is the chances of coming out with at least with a sense to Nigerians? Because now many of them choose not to fight because they still want to rely on the system. They still want to rely on their party leader or the man they voted for. Majority of them voted for. You see, Nigeria, the country has been so dull after the announcement of the election because it's not when the people Nigerians vote for or the person Nigerians vote for wins, you will feel it, you will know in the country. But this time it was like Nigeria was in mourning. No one could talk, everyone was sad, and because they believe that their nemesis, their problem just started. All right, so I'm going to quickly bring in some people. I see Stephen Fox said, what has he done with all the money? Because no one can see where the money is being spent. I think Stephen Fox was talking about the trillions of money that the Nigerian government is currently owing. Yes, but of course, he cannot explain. I'm sure he wouldn't be able to explain what happened to any of those money that he has borrowed that he cannot pay back. I'm going to call one of our callers. I'll be calling for a while. I think we should be able to have his say on this matter. Yeah, I think what happened in Nigeria election last Saturday, it's a shame and a national disgrace. Comrade Dosege, thanks for joining us. Can you please tell us where you're calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from Igota in Benin City, Nigeria.
Okay, Edo State, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so please, just briefly, because I know we have so many callers. Just briefly, tell us what is your overview of this last Saturday election. You have 3 minutes.
It's okay. On Saturday, we are going to do the first with the PVC, where to polling units where we were supposed to vote. We got in my own unit, everything worked fine. You know, I got the beaver machine was used my predicting me, and I was giving my all the documents, all the papers needed.
Okay.
I voted. Yes, but at some point I observed in my unit that they couldn't upload. The weather came and we were asking those guys to upload, and they couldn't do that. Eventually, we discovered that it was only in our polling unit. It was almost everywhere.
Okay.
And then when the results started coming in, we observed that it didn't reflect the will of the people in major places.
Okay. Okay. So when you were in your unit, the INEC official did they count the votes in your presence?
Oh yes, we did. Yes. In fact, I have a copy of it.
Okay.
Almost everybody knew.
Who won the election?
It was the Labour Party that won.
Okay.
The Labour Party. I voted in the staff school, University of Benin City, Edo State.
Okay. When INEC call out the election result at the end of the day, did they correspond with what you guys have written down?
Well, as we speak, I'm yet to get details of the scorecard from fully unit to ward in Edo State or Benin City. I'm yet to get that.
Okay.
The only consolation now is that in our state, the Labour Party won, but we suspect that they may have won, with a larger margin than accredited to them.
Okay, and a quick one last question. A scorecard. What is your score for INEC in this election?
Okay, I would say that INEC scored below 50% because our expectations were high, having regards to the resources that have been put, in their possession. We so believe the bidders have been tried in other states before. The bidders have worked wonderfully. And this Saturday we are talking about, the bidders was used in transmitting the House of Rep and the House of Senators results. So why did it say when it became the turn of the presidential results to be transmitted? Why did it say? Yeah. So I think INEC must have been compromised.
You think the act was deliberate?
I think so. It was deliberate. Yes, it was deliberate. It was deliberate. I mean, the two figures couldn't have been transmitted, and then only one was not left. For what reason would that have been?
Well, thank you for calling in, Comrade Adosege. Comrade Adosege, for our listener, is called from Benin City, Edo State. He's one of the electorates that believe that INEC had played a game in the last election, and he believes that INEC scored less than 50%. Thank you for joining us. We are going to move on to the next caller. We have Queen calling in now. We have Queen calling in now, and she's been calling. I think she has something to say. We believe that, like many Nigerians, that INEC has a lot of explanation. For those who just joined us, you can hear Mr. Kede saying just now that INEC need to explain to Nigeria what happened in the last election. Before we take the next caller. Let's just...
Hello?
Hello, Queen. Would you hold on for a minute, yeah? I'm just going to go for a few seconds break, and I will pick you the next one. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hello everybody. If you are just joining us, this is Standard Gazette, and Let's Talk Show with Yekato. We are talking today about the presidential election outcome in Nigeria. We want to hear what you have to say about it. We had a guest speaker today, Mr. Kede Ahi, from living in the UK here, a lawyer and a publisher of Nigerian magazine. So someone called from Edo State just now, Comrade Adosege, who believed that INEC played the little games in the last election. We have Queen calling now. Queen, can you please tell us where you are calling from? Hello? Hello? Queen? Hello? Hello, Queen? Hello? Hello, Queen? Can you hear me? All right. So
I'm calling from France. Good day, everyone.
Okay, hi there.
I'm calling from France.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, please give us just a quick overview of what you think. Good
day, everyone. I'm calling from France.
Yeah, I can hear you. Give us give us a little overview of what you think happened in the last election.
Yeah, good day, everyone. I'm calling from France. Hello?
Okay, I'm going to hang up Queen for now. I'm going to show we'll call back. We'll try to call her back again. We have somebody else calling in. Queen's network is not very good, so we just move on to the next caller because we are trying to work with time today. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Stanley. Stanley is one of our regular callers. Where are you calling from, Stanley?
I'm calling from Finland.
Yeah, hi Stanley. Please, with a quick overview, tell us what you think happened in the last election, presidential election to be specific. You have 3 minutes.
Well, I think what happened is the usual stuff, what we are used to. But in this 2023, this is a new era, and with the way the youth were so excited about the election, and also with the assurance that the INEC has given. But at the end of the day, what we saw was the same, total disrespect and disregard for the will of the people. It's like when you, like, they slap us on the face, and they know there's nothing we can do about it. If the youth goes out to protest, they can bring in the military and kill a few people. So I think that is exactly what they did. I followed the election closely, very closely. It was the very first election I've ever been interested in my whole life. So I was also very excited about this election. But at the end of the day, it wasn't technology error. It wasn't the system that they had glitches, as the INEC are saying. It's just they did their normal thing. The election was it wasn't an election. They selected. It was a selection. They selected who they wanted, which was the APC using their power as in the incumbent president, using their power to allocate the votes. Because, like in Lagos, they thought, the way they think as the old generation, that if they let Labour Party to win Lagos, just with a very slight margin, that would be enough to use to counter any other accusation that they won Lagos, which is the base of this Tinubu. They won the other states where the chairman of APC.
Let me call in there. You said they won Lagos. There are so many videos where the people, the electors in Lagos, were threatened not to vote for any other party apart from APC or the So when you say they won Lagos, it looks a bit doubtful, because people were cowed. They were threatened to vote for the people or the candidate they didn't want to vote for.
No. What I am saying is that the win in Lagos, the win that Labour Party had in Lagos, was overwhelming.
Okay.
It was overwhelming. So even the one PDP agent has said that the win that Labour Party had in Lagos was over 900, almost to 1 million difference. So they allocated the votes and made sure that Tinubu was so close. It was 300. The difference between Tinubu, Labour Party and APC in Lagos was not up to 100,000 or 200,000. They made sure it was so close. But the real win in Lagos was so large, because the movement started in Lagos. The obedient movement started in Lagos. It was very, very large, but they made sure it was so close, and that was so that they can counter our accusation to tell us that if we rigged it, how come he won Lagos? How come he won the area that belongs to the APC chairman? They wanted to use that to counter us. Because he won in Lagos, so that means the election was not rigged.
All right. Stanley, quick one. Quick one. I want you to give me an overall score, because we have so many people calling in. I want you to give me a quick score here. From your perspective, what do you think INEC scored in this last election?
Well, if there's anything less than I wouldn't even give them a score. This is not an election. It was an embarrassment. They disgraced us again, and they didn't score nothing. It's totally zero. And the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood, should not be even. It's not even supposed to be allowed to conduct this governorship election. If there is anything, it should be in handcuffs, because what he did was a broad daylight rigging of an election.
All right. Well, thank you, Stanley, for calling in. Everyone, you can hear Stanley. Stanley is very upset with what happened, because he was very interested in this election, and he has never really shown interest in many elections before, except this. But what happened to him is abysmal. According to him, he wasn't happy because he believes INEC, particularly the chairman, disgraced the people. Let's try to get Queen back online. Maybe network is a little bit better now. Let's hear what she has to say. Hello, Queen. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Very good, because your network was very bad before. Queen, where you say you're calling from France? Just a quick one here. You have 3 minutes to answer these questions. Tell me, what do you think happened in the last election? What is your view of it?
What happened in the last election was so embarrassing. Imagine a minors, children voting, killing people during voting, threatening people not to vote. And with vote are supposed to be a free and fair election. In fact, Buhari deceived everybody. No, they did not deceive anyone, they deceived themselves. The INEC, they think they deceived Nigerians. No, they deceived themselves. At least the world can see them, can see Nigeria, see the leaders for who they really are. It is so for election to be rigged. Every time the people cannot vote. This is the first time so many people that have not been voting get out really to vote for their choice, and they prevent so many of them from voting. Imagine threatening them, don't vote, you must vote for APC. They have no right. It's supposed to be free and fair. Police will be there and they will do nothing. Police, I watched where police was standing beside a man threatening a woman. You cannot vote here. You cannot vote for APC. Just go out from here. And police did nothing. What are we into in Nigeria? We are going deeper and deeper into corruption and bribery every day. In fact, Tinubu is not there. For me, from my own opinion, I believe Tinubu is not there as a president. He's there on his own. How can you, as a president, forcing yourself on people? The people said they don't want you. If you are really there for the people, you should respect the decisions of the people. Since democracy is for the people, they said they don't want you. You want to become a dictatorship government, and you want to be forcing yourself on the people, which is not right.
It's not right.
Rigging election, money, anything. You don't expect us to sell our vote. If we sell our vote this time, we are selling out our rights, and suffering will never end in Nigeria. And we Nigerians, we are tired of suffering. We are suffering in outside country. We are suffering in our country. We outside the country cannot even go home and have peace of mind. We are always scared going back home because of insecurity, economy bad, no light, no good roads. They don't even think about that. All they think about is to enrich their pockets, to enrich the pockets of their families, which is wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong, Queen. Thank you for that opinion. Just a quick one here. Last question. If you want to score INEC, what is the score will you give to INEC? What score will you give INEC? 1 to 100.
INEC, they said woefully.
Okay.
They said woefully. There's no zero. In fact, if you ask me to score them, it's zero. If there's another number lower than zero, I'll give it to INEC. So they disgrace themselves peacefully.
All right. Thank you, Queen, for calling in. Very appreciated. That is Queen from France. Queen believes that INEC scored woefully, and she doesn't have any proper positive score or remark to make about INEC. And I still believe that everyone is having issue with INEC chairman Mahmood, who they believe assured Nigerians of positive outcome, but nothing resembles any of what he had assured. Like Mr. Kede said, he made an assurance in November, but things were really bad in February, 4 months later, and he had about 5 years or 8 years, 4 years to prepare for that particular election, with billions of dollars invested in a new technology. Well, we have a new caller online. We're trying to rush with the time. Kingsley. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Kingsley. Where are you calling from again?
I'm calling from Benin, Edo State, precisely.
Yeah. Hi. So, did you vote in the last election?
Literally, yeah.
Okay. So, what is your take on the last election? You have 3 minutes.
I would say that was a total disgrace because according to what we were told, everything was going to work free and fair. So many persons had to lose their life just trying to be at the polling units. I actually know of a woman who lost her heart.
Yeah, that is a very sad sad.
Life because at the end of it all, it happens to be that everybody was being put to shame by the INEC chairman because all he wanted was his own pocket, thinking about his own self, not the people's interest.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the police too, because we keep trying to talk about INEC chairman. The police officers were deployed. I know of thousands of police. Can you hear me there, Kingsley?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thousands of policemen were deployed across the nation to prepare ahead of the election, and there are some videos where police will stand very close to those who were threatening voters not to vote for their own conscience. What do you think? Give me the scores of the police officers as well, because we cannot just put 100% blame on the INEC, although they have a huge chunk of the blame. That what do you think of the police officers' presence in the election?
Officers, even before they got there, so many of them were being paid off.
Okay.
They were being paid off, so they were just working based on what they were. What was there. The officers were not doing anything. They were just standing there, and most of them, because they are being paid off, nothing was happening. The hoodlums could actually do whatever they feel they could do, and anybody that speaks up, you start hearing them shooting guns or they bring about fighting.
You know that is a huge allegation when you said they've been paid off. I'm saying, and I just want to put that right. Is there any evidence of any officers being paid by the politicians?
There was literally some videos of officers being paid off online.
Okay.
There were videos online. The officers being paid off.
Okay.
Online.
All right. Let's hear the last questions here. What is your score for INEC in the last election?
Totally zero. I wouldn't give them any score. It's just zero to me.
All right. Well, thank you, Kingsley, for calling in. We'll be talking to a lot of Nigerians now calling in, and we've not had anyone that gives INEC a proper score, apart from Comrade Edosege, who believe INEC scored less than 50% at least. That is a name that I've heard now, 50%. But the rest of the callers believe that INEC does not deserve any scores at all. They scored zero. Most of them believe INEC scored zero. If you are just joining us, we are almost at the end of the show today. This is Let's Talk Show, and we'll be talking about the last election that just concluded in Nigeria, the presidential election that featured mainly 4 candidates, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, and we have the Kwakwanso of the NMPP, and then we have LP, which is for Peter Obi, and we have Action Party for Sowore. And Mr. Tinubu was declared winner. The 70-years-old Nigerian politician was declared the winner, and this has brought a lot of reactions among Nigerians home and abroad. And people are fingering, accusing INEC, particularly the chairman, of the role he played. There are some people who believe that INEC chairman was at the house of Mr. Tinubu when the election was ongoing, which has created an issue. Before we go, I want to quickly play a video of Mr. Sowore, who is aftermath of the election, how he felt about the election.
Have come, but they have not gone. That's the irony of this latest election. This is one of the elections that we have experienced in which the winners could not celebrate because they didn't win anything. The losers are, of course, unhappy because they also didn't win anything. But the biggest losers in this election, as usual, are the Nigerian people, who have once again been deprived of an opportunity to choose their leaders legitimately and legally. And I'm here to tell you that as a participant in that election, this election was not different from the one I participated in 2019. I would say this one is even worse. But what is the irony of it was that in 2019, I was told that because I didn't get a huge number of votes, I have no right to complain. Interestingly, today,
if you just
those who were saying that at that time,
what Mr. Sowore is saying now
come
Mr.
to
Sowore
taste
is very upset because those who are now benefiting this
since
atrocity
2019,
of an election are
we're not
those
here
who
to
believe
mock
that he
anybody.
didn't have the
And
right.
I will
Who
encourage
said,
all
told
our
him he didn't
followers
have the
never
right
to mock anybody.
complain in last
We
2019.
are here to discuss real socio-political issues confronting
he
our
is
country.
saying that this election was
As
rigged
you also
and
must
it's a
have
disgrace
noticed,
and
since
disgrace and
morning,
abysmal. That is
in
what
fact, I
he's
think
saying.
since last night,
I do have a
the
couple
word
of other videos,
revolution
but we
or
are out
revolution
of
now
time.
has
But in
re-entered
our next
the
broadcast,
lexicon
which is next
of
Saturday,
the
if you
Nigerian
miss today's show, no
electoral
problem.
system,
You can always watch
or
the
national
offline
life.
videos, which is
Because
now on
finally,
our
what we
Facebook
saw in
page.
2019
And
that
next
led us
week
to revolution
Saturday,
now
you keep a date
has
with
now
us, a time with us,
reached
which is going to be
everybody.
6 o'clock.
There's a
It's going to
whole
be
change
every
of
Saturday,
consciousness,
6
and we
o'clock.
must
We are going
thank
to be
all of
talking
you
about the Nigeria
who
situation. We'll be
always
talking
stood
about
firmly out
different
there,
situations
either
out of the
offline and
country
online,
if we can.
arguing in support of a
try to
system
keep a date with
change
us.
that you
This
should be
is
proud of
the
yourself.
Standard Gazette. My
We're
name
getting
is
closer and closer
and
every
this is
day.
a show. Let's talk.
This
Thank you for joining
particular
us today.
election,
We
by
are
their
going to
own
just
standards,
quickly
did not meet any of the
say
legal
have a good night to
requirements.
all of you, and
That says
have
in
a
particular
lovely
that every
weekend.
election result must be scanned and uploaded to INEC server. But there's nothing new about it. Before the election, I have been talking on radio stations and TV